today to do a video comparison between my standard Vitamix, which I've had for a couple of years now, and the Froothie Evolve. The Froothie Evolve is a pretty amazing blender, I have to say. I've never come across anything of the sort, but we'll get into that in this video today. First up, I'm just going to start the Vitamix. This is something you've probably heard of. You probably have friends who have them. Lots of cafes and everything use a Vitamix. It's a really good blender, I have to say. I've had it for a couple of years now. One of the main differences that I'm going to point out straight away is that the Vitamix uses a plastic jug, whereas the Evolve uses a glass jug. So one of the benefits of a glass jug is that it is scratch proof. So if you have a look at the Vitamix here, you can tell that the plastic has gone a little bit opaque, and that's because of the blades that go round and round and end up scratching the surface of the jug. With the Evolve, that's not going to happen because it's glass, and it's also not going to retain odors and smells and everything, which can be a little bit gross if, let's say, you're blending something like garlic one day and then you want to make a smoothie the next day. You definitely don't want your smoothie tasting of garlic. Secondly, this, as you can see, has two jugs. The Vitamix, there is a dry jug that comes with it that you can use to make flour out of pulses and everything. But the thing about the Evolve is one jug, which is this one, which is on here right now, is the cold jug. So the cold jug has a vacuum function, which allows you to get rid of all the air in the jug before you blend your smoothies and everything. And what this does is it prevents your fruit and vegetables from oxidizing, and it gives you a much more superior product at the end of the day. With the other jug, you can see here, there is actually a steamer basket in the hot jug. So the hot jug, you can make soups, you can make rice, you can steam rice in this, which is pretty amazing. You can also steam your vegetables before making soup. The Vitamix will make hot dishes and hot soups. However, it simply relies on the motor heating the vegetables up. If you're making like a carrot soup or a potato soup. I have made carrot soup a few times in the Vitamix. And whilst the product isn't bad, but it's not amazing either. I find that the vegetables still taste kind of raw in the soup because you're not actually cooking it. Whereas with the Froothie Evolve, you can steam your vegetables first, make sure everything has been cooked before transferring it and then blending it. You can also steam rice in here, so it's a very good multi-purpose appliance to have in the kitchen, because if you don't want to buy a steamer and then a blender and a juicer and all this kind of stuff, you can get away with doing a few things with the Evolve. So as you can see, the Vitamix has a tamper, and don't worry, the Evolve comes with two tampers actually. So the first one we have is a silicone tamper. The silicone tamper is the one that you're going to use in the hot jug, because you don't want to put plastic into your hot soups and stuff. And then we've got a plastic tamper which you will use for smoothies and the cold jug, anything nice cream, all that kind of stuff. One of the great things is because you can make, you can steam stuff and blend at the same time. You'll be able to make stuff like baby food, like pure ingredients, none of that stuff that you have to buy at the store that comes with added preservatives and everything. I suppose you can do this with the Vitamix, but the end product is not going to be as good. In terms of technicalities, most Vitamixes will range between 1200 and 1400 watts. The Froothie Evolve, however, is 1800 watts, so that's a powerful motor. And the Froothie cold jug also has 6 blades as compared to the Vitamix, which only has 4. So chances are, if you're going to make smoothies and these two things at the same time, this one will probably be done a lot faster than this, simply because there's more blades. Now, let's go into the 22nd century. What I mean by that is, if you have a look here, the Evolve has a number of settings that you can choose. However, with the Vitamix, you've got the dial for power, you've got the high function, and the on and off button. The Evolve gives you on and off, pulse, speed, time, menu, and a variety of options such as smooth soup, chunky soup, baby food, sauce, steam, smoothies, fruit and veg, sorbet, nut butters, and a cleaning function, which I think is really cool because sometimes it can be really difficult to actually clean the blender when you're making really viscous things such as nut butters, or if you're blending cashews for a cheesecake. It does get a little bit hard, and I don't necessarily like putting my hand inside a blender jug when I'm washing the dishes and stuff, because it's a bit scary. But yeah, there are so many options on this, and when I'll show you later. You can turn it on, you can set the temperature, you can, basically tell this blender exactly what you're putting in here, and then it'll do the job for you. Lastly, before we get on to actually making something in both of these blenders, there is a really cool function on the Evolve, and it is the voice control function. So I don't think I've ever heard of this ever with any appliance, but it comes with a voice control function, which means that if I'm sat right there, you can't see, but on the couch, I can just say, "Hey Froothie, make my smoothie." I don't even have to get up, and I'm a really lazy person, so that is a godsend. You can also download an app on your smartphone which will allow you to turn the blender on from your bedroom. Let's say you've prepared stuff the night before and you want your smoothie to be ready for you right after you jump out of the shower. You can do that with your phone. So that's pretty amazing. I don't know how often I would use that function. I mean, I'm a lazy person, so I probably do it quite often, but I mean, it's pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard about that, I was like, whoa. But yeah, I would consider this a 22nd century blender. The Vitamix is amazing, don't get me wrong, but with the multi-functions on the Evolve, I really think that if I had to choose between one or the other, I definitely would choose to have the Evolve because, I can make rice, I can steam vegetables, I can steam quinoa, I can do a lot of things with the Evolve that I can't really do with the Vitamix. And for someone who doesn't have very much space, as you can see, just having one appliance that can do multiple things for you is really important to me. So if you're someone, who's not looking to buy too many things for your kitchen, the Evolve is an amazing, amazing option for anyone. Next up, we're going to prepare some smoothies. I'm going to show you the hands-free voice control function because that's really cool. So yeah, stay tuned and we're going to make a few delicious smoothies. Okay, I'm back with my assistant. We're going to make a banana, raspberry and peach smoothie with almond milk. I'm going to do it in the Vitamix first, and then we'll do it in the Evolve after. I'll show you the voice function and everything. So can you peel one banana and put it in there?
Certainly. Would you like me to break it up?
You don't have to, you can just chuck it in there. Let me get my quarter cup measurement. I'm going to add, that's one banana. I think I'll do half a cup of frozen raspberries. And then I've got tin peaches here. You can use fresh peaches, but tin peaches are superior. So quarter cup of that. Should I add a bit more?
Bit more.
Okay, so
especially the syrup.
Okay, yeah, a bit of the syrup.
Yeah.
And then I'd say 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. Half a cup of almond milk. 3/4 maybe? 3/4. Okie dokie. And just put the lid on. And with the Vitamix, you always want to start with it on dial number 1. So turn it on. And then you can slowly increase it. Done. Okay, we'll do it in this one next and then we'll pour both out after. So get started.
Banana at the ready.
1 banana. Okay, we did half the cup of strawberries. Half of this. And 3/4 of a cup of this.
Thank you.
With the Evolve, you're going to want to make sure that the lid is completely dry because we're going to use the vacuum function to take out all the air. Okay, so in order to use the hands-free control, you have to turn it on. And then the manual that comes with the blender will give you a whole different list of things that you can actually say to the Froothie. But to activate the voice control, you have to go, "Hey Froothie,
Hello.
make my smoothie."
Okay, starting smoothie function.
And now it's getting rid of all the air inside with the vacuum function.
Bloody thanks, Froothie.
And now it's done. So the whole process for the smoothie setting was about what, 2.5 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes
Yeah.
in total. So it blends it 3 times, which is pretty cool. So now we're gonna pour this one out and this one out and see if they taste different. So got my glasses. Can do this one first.
Cool.
It's a raspberry. And then when you want to open your jug, you're going to want to press this on top so that the air comes out and the vacuum seal is broken, and then you can proceed to opening it.
Video muscles.
I'm not a very strong person. Okay. This looks a lot smoother.
Pour smoother.
Less air bubbles, obviously, because there was no air in this one. So we're gonna try.
Thank you.
It's good. It's just very bubbly. It's completely different.
Tastes different too.
Yeah.
Almost.
So this one has a lot more air bubbles. I don't know if you can see. Whereas this one has hardly any air bubbles in there. This one's a lot smoother, I think, because it went 3 times instead of just the 1 time with me blending this. They both taste good, but this is obviously going to give you a far superior product because it does a triple blend, it takes the air out, and this one is just sort of your bog standard, turn it on and that's it. Okay, last but not least, the cleaning function. So with your Evolve, you probably want to use the cleaning function because the instructions specifically say you don't want to get water at the bottom of your jug. So with the cleaning function, it's really simple. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to fill it halfway with water. Now, put it back on. All right, so on the menu, you're gonna see the clean function, which is the last option. So we got menu. Remember to put this on. And once it's on clean, oh, it's gone off again. It's on clean, press the on off button. And there we have it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pour this water out. Muscles. I don't have very much muscles. Pull it open. Pour it out. I'm going to rinse this just to make sure it is fully clean. Go. Remember to always dry it, dry everything before you put it into storage. And yeah, that's it. So today I have shown you how you can prepare a smoothie with the Evolve. In my next video, I'm actually going to focus more on the hot jug and show you how to make a couple soups. So I'm thinking leek and potato soup, carrot and coconut, just a few really simple things that will really show you how versatile the Froothie Evolve is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time to watch this. I'll see you next time.